let's move on to the other major topic here, which is, of course, the announcement of the Notre Dame kickoff time, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. College GameDay will be there. Kevin, there was thought much of the offseason that this was going to be a big noon Fox game, but they've made their selections and ABC's grabbed it.
Yeah, exactly. And, this comes down to, it shows that Ohio State sells product, and the number 1 overall pick is Ohio State, Michigan, and this ends up being the number 2 overall pick. You could make arguments about games like Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State. There's certainly some good contests over in the West, but this is Ohio State and Notre Dame, and they don't play each other all that often. And ABC was sure to snap it up. It's obviously a big deal for a lot of reasons. It's going to be a huge recruiting weekend for them, even though their big official visit weekend now with summer officials is going to be June 24th. You're going to still have a ton of guys who are going to come in for unofficials for that game. It gives people an opportunity to come from points all over the country because Ohio State's recruiting is national. I also did read in a release, too, that Ohio State and Wisconsin, I believe, is an ABC game as well. Time to be determined, but that wouldn't surprise me to make that another showcase type of situation. I think it's going to be good. For writers, it's not great. At least we don't work in that antiquated medium that is known as print. So we don't have a deadline, or worse yet, the deadline, there's zero chance of making the paper. But I think there will be a lot of people that will need to remember to hydrate, to pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and they don't play that often. So you certainly want to be able to remember it. So exercise moderation. Thanks.
Moderation. Kevin, you just said it. They don't play that often. This is the time to not exercise moderation. And you to be spouting off moderation. Sir.
It's a new Kevin. I mean, rules for thee are not for me.
As of when? 10 a.m. this morning or something?
No, I do covering games. I like noon games. Covering big games, I like night games at home, not on the road. It gets a little late, but I think this is perfect for a night game. There's going to be so much build-up all day long, waiting for it, all weekend long, waiting for it. It's the first weekend. Games start on Thursday. You get games on Friday. You get games on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's kind of the crescendo of the entire weekend, and then it's back a little bit after that. But I got done recording an episode of Buckeye Weekly for tomorrow where Tom Moore and I tried to predict every game in terms of what network and what kickoff time based on what little information we have. And so just breaking things down in terms of like that Penn State game is probably the 3rd pick overall among the Big Ten schedule, which makes that a Fox noon kickoff. So that'll be interesting. And the Wisconsin game, I'm assuming, will be at night because there aren't a lot of other great games. Like that's going to be that's the best game of the weekend, and Wisconsin's going to be 3-0. Ohio State will be at least 2-1. So that'll be a big matchup that could be at night. And so, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an all-day affair, and frankly, some pre-gaming may start on Friday as well.
What I got out of that is we're going to clip off a segment and put Gerdeman predicts Notre Dame to beat Ohio State.
I could have been talking about Toledo or Arkansas State. You don't know that, Mark.
This is true.
You disappoint me.
This is true. All right. Gerdeman predicts greatest upset in this century in college football. Buckeyes lose as a 49-point favorite against Arkansas State. Okay. Either one, I think we're going to go viral with that.
All right. If I get it right, though, we'll be thrilled.